Welcome back, everybody. Let's do another trade recap video from today's trades. We had 4 key levels get hit today. Every single level was given an advance in our VIP Discord. We come here on the 4 hour in Bitcoin and we see that New York opened in this order block of supply. This was a major point of interest. We had this order block on our chart since March 2nd. So this level has been given well in advance. We had our alerts set, went off, and we wanted to see what was going on. So let's go in a little deeper. Let's go to the 15-minute time frame. This candle here was our 9:30 New York open candle. As you can see, it pumped up really quickly and closed back down below all these highs. So we SFP'd or swept liquidity from these highs. That is the first thing I noticed waking up and going into the New York Open. So we had the tap 1, we had the tap 2, and that makes our tap 3 for a very nice Model 1 Wyckoff distribution. That was what caught my eye at first, and I was automatically at that point looking for a short trade. So we come down to the 10-minute, we shoot up, take that liquidity here at the highs, and we see that this big candle left an imbalance. So we had this order block with an imbalance. So I immediately marked this out on the 10-minute. And once I did that, I would come down to a lower time frame to try to get a sniper entry. So what we saw was we broke these lows, which we kept wicking down here, as well as our main structure low from the low up to the high. So we had a nice bearish break of structure, and we had our refined point of interest that we wanted to use to get in on this trade. As price comes back after this bearish break, I wanted it to see a rejection from the VWAP. And I even, coming here to the VIP Discord, we can see that we were looking at this area already. I gave these levels out and the notes, and as well as my entry. This is exactly where I entered in at 93,581. Again, we have this order block with imbalance on the 10-minute. And we see that I entered right in on the back test of that VWAP. So that's exactly where I entered in on this wick. So we had our entry here. I put the stop loss here and then targeted down to this low. And we had the this demand on our chart as well. So it was a 4R trade, and I de-risked that trade very, very quickly. So basically, what I like to do is I like to follow my structure down. Let's make this solid. So my stop loss was once here, and once this structure breaks, I would move it down to here. Because I already know if it comes back up above VWAP, it's going to get bullish again. And then again, once we break structure here, I'm going to keep on trailing my stop loss down and down. So I had my stop loss trailing as I was taking profits into this level of demand. That's how I managed this trade. Moving on to the next, we had this really nice level of demand, also an order block with an imbalance. And we can see here coming down on the 1-minute time frame, we had our structure. This was your break here. So you broke there, and I immediately got in on that break. So I had my stop loss here. And at first I was targeting the VWAP for about a 2.3R trade. However, this Model 1 distribution left behind another order block. So again, I posted in the VIP Discord right here at 12:09 p.m. New supply created from the Model 1 distribution and another potential short opportunity if we get the confirmations. So again, this was our initial short from this wick down and our other long opportunity that played out from this demand. And now we were looking at this purple box or purple supply, also order block within balance for our next short opportunity. We came into the purple box and we hit the daily level once again. And again, I will show you the entry. I waited for this low to have a bearish break of structure. And then the candle that broke this structure closed below VWAP. That was the next confluence sign that I had for a confirmation. So once this candle wicked back into this fair value gap here and back tested that VWAP, I was short. So again, I'll show you here. It was this candle here, and this is where I shorted it from. And so this one was a bit of a bigger stop loss, but I ended up putting it right about here because I didn't want it to come back above these highs here. So that's how I refined this stop loss. I didn't use the market structure high like normal. I took a bit of a riskier position and then targeted down to here. And that was about a 2-point R. I wanted it to potentially go down to one of these other demand levels. However, I started to de-risk as I saw this candle make this big wick at the very tail end of this order block. And then you saw the doji followed by a bigger candle, which you can potentially consider this an engulfing candle on the 5-minute time frame. And all of this I went over again as we were coming into here. I moved my stop loss into profits right here. So I was prepared and ready to get out at this order block. And again, I just wanted to go over how I managed these trades. I was already in plenty of profits for the day. I was not going to give it back. So I am aggressive with my stop losses if I just think it's going to be a scalp trade. And that was our third setup for the day. And our fourth setup would be the long that we are seeing being played out now. However, I did not get a chance to get into this long. And looking at structure, I would not have taken this one, to be honest with you. So even though it was a win, it would have been something based off order flow, which I won't go into here because it's a bit more complicated for just a short trade recap. I'll do those in the future. But that was another great day in the books. If you'd like to join our VIP Discord, the link will be in the description. Like and subscribe and share so everyone can get some knowledge.